What he wanted, what we created on the design, or what we put on paper, we actually brought it to life.
Welcome back, Pack. This is Adbeel from WolfSteel Buildings.
And your favorite salesman, David Gonzalez.
Welcome back, guys. So we are about to tour a beautiful building. This is a 50 by 80 building we built here in Burleson, Texas.
That's right.
So our office is here in Fort Worth, Texas. So it's only 20 minutes.
Just a couple minutes away, yeah.
Pretty quick. Now, before we get started with this tour, we're gonna provide a lot of value. It's epoxy flooring, windows, insulated overhead doors, unique colors. Before we do that, subscribe, like, and share. Let's get this one started.
Let's go.
Hope you enjoyed the drone shots of this project that we did. And now let's get into the details, because a lot of you want to know a lot of details about this project, and let's get this one going. David, talk to me a little bit more of our client, PMR, I believe.
PMR Global. Yes, sir, yes, sir. So the client came in, he was a walk-in client. He walked in, he told me what he wanted to do, right? So the first thing we did is, okay, how much square footage do you need? This is gonna be for your business. Obviously, as you guys can see, we're in a commercial space. And he told me, I need this, I need it for this is gonna be what I'm gonna be using it for. And I said, okay, great, let's sit down and talk. And the first thing we did is we sat down, we started playing with our designer, we came up with a few ideas. He told me he wanted a few office spaces, as you guys can see behind me. There's a couple doors and windows, and two-story as well, right? So what he wanted, what we created on the design, or what we put on paper, and you guys are gonna see those shots right now, we actually brought it to life.
Nice, and this is a 50 by 80 metal building, right? So this is about 4,000 square feet. And so I'm assuming about 2,000 square feet is gonna be office space, and about maybe 2,000, right around there. I saw the architectural.
So we're gonna show pictures of the internal space. So it's a little bit less square footage of office space, but overall it's gonna be a good flow on the inside, and you'll guys see those shots.
Nice, nice. So this is a 50 by 80. It's got the 312 pitch. We got the 26 gauge PBR panel. This is on the heavier side, and this is rigid frame. And this is an engineered rigid frame construction.
Right.
So this is basically called a bolt-up kit, and that's really what took long on this project, right? So a lot of you, if you're wanting a commercial building like this, especially a metal building, the time frames are long, more in the engineering, the fabrication side, and the manufacturing side, basically the same thing.
That's right.
Because the erection process, how long did that take?
Honestly, about a month, maybe a month and 1 week because of the rain. You know, we've been having a lot of rain here in DFW, but the erection process was pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's a custom building.
That was really, really quick. But yeah, the wait time was a little bit. So if you're considering to get like a commercial building, plan that it takes time. It's gonna take about 3 to 7 months, just depending the size and structure. And that's just the metal building, okay? Yes. So here, we didn't do the concrete, right?
Right. We didn't do the concrete, and that's one of the reasons why this overhead door is a little bit more on the custom side, right? Because as you guys can see, this ramp was already here, and he told me, David, I already have the foundation. It's an engineered foundation. It's made for a 3-story building, so they have a lot of things in mind, right? So when we're doing a foundation, you have to keep in mind the weight that's gonna be on it. So in this scenario, it's not just the building that's gonna have the weight on it, it's actually the internal office spaces, restrooms, people are gonna be walking in and out on the 2nd story. So all that is taken into consideration when we're doing concrete. But like I said, we didn't do this one, but it was done correctly, right?
And we got the zinc gray color. This is for 26 gauge. Zinc gray is similar to the Quaker gray, to the charcoal gray.
Right.
Keep in mind 29 gauge panels, specifically like our tubular buildings. They call them differently, but it's pretty similar to this. And then we got the Hawaiian blue color combination on the wainscoting as well, and all the nice trim work here that we have. This is a unique color. You don't see that often, right, David?
I think it has to do because we're in the DFW, so it's kind of the cowboy colors. You know, even though I'm not a fan, our cameraman's not a fan. I think the only fan here
I'm a fan, okay?
Not even the owner's a fan, but I think the colors are because of the logo. The logo matches the colors of the building.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, because this whole ground here, it's got the pebble base, the ivory colors on their metal buildings. But then all of a sudden, when we were driving in from there, it's like, boom, it stands out.
Sick building, man.
Dang, beautiful door. We got a 20 wide, 16-foot tall overhead door. Right. This is insulated door. It's got a really, really nice texture here. I hope you guys can see that little screenshot or shots of this very close by. As Eric said, this can fit a Texas lifted truck.
Big Texas lifted truck.
Yeah. It can. You can drive your big lifted truck in here, man. Or a forklift, what they're gonna be using it for.
Check out the video, a project in Wimberley, Texas that we did. There's an insider joke. But why is it so big? What's it gonna be?
Well, back to what I was saying earlier that we didn't do the foundation. There's this ramp right here.
Okay.
This ramp was already made. It was done for this particular size door. You see those big box trucks like a you know, the rental boxes? People are driving in and out with trucks and stuff like that, forklifts, and so they just really wanted a big open space to be able to put all their machinery in here. This building's gonna be made for, it's their aerospace division, is what they told me. So they're gonna be doing a lot of machinery in here. So that's the reason why they wanted this big, huge door.
Once we go inside, we're gonna talk a little bit more of the opener for this. If you have a business and you want it to be running smooth, this opener that we're gonna talk about is the right one.
Yes, sir.
And David, we got a lot of windows on this metal building.
We do. So as I said before, this is gonna be as office space, you know, industrial space. And these first two sets of windows right here, that's gonna be for a conference room, right? Conference room upstairs, conference room downstairs. And then these 4 sets of windows on this side, that's gonna be for office spaces. There's gonna be 2 offices upstairs and 2 offices downstairs.
Well, a lot of windows, David, for a metal builder, it's one of the biggest challenges, having them leak proof, especially just because of the nature of a metal building. So that's one of the things to always keep in mind. And one of the things I love about this kit that came in with a J-trim on top that has an angle that allows it to direct the water forward and then out. So one of the things I love about this is it's a unique trim that comes with this kit. So we installed it and we like it.
It came out pretty good. Now the customer did call me the other day and he told me, David, I love the building. We had a lot of rain lately here in the DFW and he said 0 leaks. So
nice.
It came out perfect.
Dang, beautiful entrance here.
Huge entrance, man, right here. As I've said before, I'm a pretty big guy. And luckily they have these awesome double doors.
And then there's on this big window, we're gonna have a
so
logo,
the customer
right?
is gonna put a LED logo up against this window so that it stands out.
Nice. And here we're coming back and doing a ramp.
Correct.
Check out the architectural design. We're still coming back and doing that.
Yeah.
Come on in. The first thing you're noticing is definitely the fiberglass insulation we have here. Is R30 walls, R30 roof, okay? It's different than the spray foam insulation.
Correct, oh yeah, for sure.
And then the colors, black and white.
The color's cool, man. So we ended up doing a black backing on the roof, white backing on the walls. This is something that is very custom, totally doable, and honestly, it's really aesthetically pleasing to look at, honestly. I think it looks really good.
And then the frame members, well, don't forget to check out the video where we do the tour talking about the construction, during the construction with Roy. And we were here inspecting the project while it was in construction. We created a video and talked about the frame, and you can see a lot of the frame that was going on. This is a rigid frame construction. It's super sturdy, it's got the cables. Everything here is engineered.
Actually, one thing that you just brought up good about the cable bracing, because this wall on this side has these huge windows, double doors, a couple windows on this side, this whole bay right here had to have a custom portal. We talked about how sometimes time frames take a little bit longer because of the manufacturing process. Well, for this particular building, because we couldn't put the cross bracing on the wall, we had to do a custom portal. And you can't really see it because of the fiberglass backing is covering it, but we did have to do a little bit more customization on that side. So that's why it took a little bit longer, but it's gonna be done right. You know, we're structurally sound. We wanna make sure it's done perfect.
The video, we talk about that portal, and it's basically, the portal is basically a support of an I-beam frame all the way around to be able to, you know, engineer it and to meet the local wind loads of this area.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to have the flush panel door, the flush panel on the outside, it is recommended to have the insulated backing or the insulation because it reduces the oil canning that you would see on those panels.
Yeah.
David, talk to me about this door opener, because this is a unique one, specifically recommended if you're gonna do a commercial overhead door like this one.
Right, so when we talk about commercial overhead door, right, the first thing that you think about is efficiency. And the cool thing about this opener here is that it opens up 12 inches per second.
12
so
inches
it's a
per
fast
second.
opener. And the cool thing about this new LiftMaster that we put it into this building is that it actually has an LCD display that tells you when it's due for maintenance. So, you know, it's things that we take into consideration when buildings are being used for commercial space, and it's, you know, efficiency, you know, it's the things that we look out for.
Yeah, especially since this one's gonna be opening, you know.
And closing a lot.
Yeah, closing a lot. You don't want it to stall your business and where you lose on like profitability, really.
Yeah.
And then we got this really cool, well, I mean, this is the roof, follow the roof line.
Follow the roof pitch
Tracks.
I love those tracks, man. They look really cool. It, you know, it minimizes any, you know, overhead space. They came out pretty good.
And it is actually an extra cost, so keep that in mind when you're ordering an overhead door. The standard track, it does a 90-degree, you know, turn
into the building.
Into the building. So if you look at it, you would lose a lot of space. Here it just goes up, follows the roof line. That's why it's called that way, and it just gives you a lot of overhead space for this type of door. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was a really cool project.
It was an awesome project. It was cool from start to finish.
And that's one of the things that I love about what we do is like you see something empty and then it just
boom
comes to life. And especially this one, I mean, obviously I was out here a couple times, but you got the chance to come out here a couple times.
I came out here a couple times, but my favorite part of the process was interacting with the client and really trying to capture his vision, the flow of the inside, architectural renderings on the inside. That was honestly my favorite process.
Nice. Yeah, and you did a tour and you slept out there. Come on, say
a little
bit. Well, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave me your comments, questions you have. What could we have done better, maybe, or anything. We're here to help. We're here to serve, and
yeah. Shout out to Mary and Jane. They're part of my sales team. Guys, if you guys have any idea, any questions about the commercial space, please reach out to me and my team. We're here to help you guys out and make these things happen.
we'll see you guys in the next video.